All right, Nick, the season is fast upon us. It should be just a mere days that the Dolphins are going to hit the field against the New England Patriots. And when asked about it, head coach Mike McDaniel gave a pretty funny and insightful answer. I think he handled it as best as he could have. And you have the story on this, and we're going to get into it. But, speaking of the season coming around, playing a heated rival, New England Patriots, first up, it's got to be a big game. But Dolphins fans, we got to know, of all the teams on the schedule this year, who are you the most excited to see your newly improved Miami Dolphins go up against? There's a lot of options. Let us know in the comments below. Who are you looking forward to the most playing this season? But Nick, why don't we get into McDaniel?
Yeah, so according to Larry Brown Sports, Miami Dolphins coach Mike McDaniel will be facing a significant experience gap in his head coaching debut. He will be up against the New England Patriots, like you said, led by Bill Belichik, a coach who is a shoe-in for the Pro Football Hall of Fame someday. Despite that, McDaniel is not dwelling on that and even had a funny response to it. The new Dolphins coach made light of the experience disparity, saying, can there be a larger disparity in career win-loss total? It would be a bigger deal if Coach Belichick and I were doing an Oklahoma drill, but I don't foresee that happening. I don't think the fans will really pay for that. And look, Mike McDaniel, he's kind of been a funny guy. He's created a lot of good content, played the media pretty well so far this offseason as we're going into the season. But I love this comment here because his approach to understanding, I think he's got some self-awareness and humility because he has 0 career wins as an NFL head coach. Bill Belichick has hundreds and hundreds of wins, multiple Super Bowl rings and things like that. So keeping that humility and not taking himself too seriously, I think does wonders in the locker room and kind of helps build that culture that he's been working to establish in Miami. What do you think of McDaniel's comments right here?
Well, first and foremost, I think he's dead wrong. I think people would pay to see him and Bill Belichick do an Oklahoma drill. I think it'd be quite interesting. But other than that, I think McDaniel played it perfectly. And let's be honest, comparing himself to Bill Belichick is kind of a stupid question for a reporter.
It's a losing battle, right? I mean, either he pisses off, he gives bulletin board material for Belichick, or he just looks arrogant, right? There's really no great way to answer it, but he did a pretty good job.
Yeah, no. So he gave the perfect answer, making light of the situation, adding a little levity, getting a couple laughs in the meantime. So, a really savvy, great media head coach move. And I like that. We're going to see what he does on the field in the first game. But, he's already has the makings of a great foundation of a head coach. Like you said, in this day and age, it's great to be as self-aware as McDaniels is. Being aware that Belichick is a great coach and you're not going to win trying to say, you can't be the alpha and be like, oh, yeah, I'm a better coach than Belichick. I feel like in the next 5 years, I'll have his 5 Super Bowls. So I'm going to be much better than he was. You're never going to win saying something like that. What do you think?
How'd that work out for Rex Ryan, right? He was kind of the alpha, right, for a while. That did obviously not end well with him at all. Now he's on ESPN, I think, trying to do crazy hot takes. But and then the other thing with McDaniel that I like about it, he kind of alluded to it. It's like no one would see me and Belichick actually play football. Again, part of his self-awareness and understanding that it's a player's game, right? The coaches can kind of tilt the field one way or the other, but the players are the ones that go out there and actually compete and win the games. And the coaches that have the most success in the NFL, even Belichick recognizes this. If you talk him in any interview, he always talks about how it's a player's game. The best coaches recognize that, hey, it's a player's game. I'm a coach. I'm here to help. I'm here to tilt the field in my team's advantage, but it's a player's game. It's not on me. It's on the players. If we win, it's because of them, and it's because they're great players. And I think that mentality goes right in line with McDaniel's trying to do here by building a winning culture in Miami, kind of an all-in group. And I think so far it's doing pretty well.
Yeah, and when I think of coaches, there's a bunch of different types of coaches, but what McDaniels is a player's coach. And in that category, I think there's a couple different types of players coach. There's like a guy like Dan Campbell, who's a player's coach, and he was also a player. And he gets the player coach mentality because he plays the game. He realized where they came from. He knows what they're going through. He can kind of relate to them. He's kind of a big guy, and they respect him, his physicality, his aggressiveness, all of that kind of stuff. Well, on the flip side, there's McDaniels, who he's a player's coach in that he hears his guys out. He gets them involved in the game planning process. and he wows them probably with his football knowledge and ability to create plays, his intelligence of the game. And he's not like a Dan Campbell, but he wows them in other ways and relates to them in other ways. And I really think that's, the pillar that he's trying to lean on this season, and that culture you said that he's trying to build by being a player's coach.
All right, Nick, it's time to get your internet privacy back today on every device you own in any country you want. Don't let anyone but you control your internet. NordVPN keeps you safe from prying eyes wherever you go online with their military-grade encryption. Is your favorite Netflix or streaming content blocked in the US? You can simply connect to one of the many countries available with NordVPN and get the access you need.
That's right, Maya. So right now, get our exclusive NordVPN deal here at nordvpn.com/SMI. It's risk-free now with NordVPN's 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, get that exclusive deal, nordvpn.com/SMI.